Of the four types, there are two overarching categories to think about. One of those categories is transactional, and the other category is relational. Two of the types are very interested in the details of the transaction. They're going to apply logic in their decision-making process. Two of these types are going to be very relational. They're going to put as much weight on the relationship as they are the product or the price or the offer that's in place. And if you don't know the difference, you're going to get it wrong.
Right, because you're going to talk about things that they don't care about.
Let's reframe that. You're going to talk about things that are not persuasive to them.
Yes. Yeah. It will come across as a pitch.
It'll come across as a pitch. It'll come across as disingenuous. It'll come across as unappealing.
Yeah. In fact, I tell you my personal experience with that. I did that. I did not know this. And so what happened was there was this gentleman, fairly senior, and I presented the solution. He was wizard, completely focused on, but he was also a cross between a wizard and a healer.
Yeah.
Because he tried and he was taken for a ride. So total distrust, total focus on how do I know this is going to work? And so towards the end of the first call, I said, listen, you understand, this is my company. I'm not on commission. I don't really, this is all about what I came up with. And therefore, you can take whatever I'm saying to the bank. I've done it myself. I've tried it. I know how it works. So he said, okay, thank you. I appreciate blah, blah, blah. And then we scheduled the second call. I come to the second call, which was supposed to be when he would have decided. He said, okay, I'll make my decision. I'll review everything. And then on the next one. So I'm thinking, okay, this is already done. And we're going to send the agreement, blah, blah. So I come to the second call and he says, not ready.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not expecting it. And I said, tell me why and blah, blah. Of course, I wanted to. And also, frankly, it would help him. But nevertheless, and he says, you're trying to close on me. You're trying to get commission.
Yeah.
I said, this is not about commission. I don't care about commission. No, I'm not. So he just reacted.
Yeah. So the warrior and the wizard are on the same side of the transactional equation. They are naturally skeptical. And so you may have a problem with their skepticism, but if you don't know how to adapt to it, you're never going to be able to persuade and influence, right?
So what is the best way to handle this?
So let's go through each one. We'll start with the warrior. The warrior is very motivated by success. It is the most competitive of the four types. And so you want to sell them a win.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you trying to get done? Here's how my product, my service, my offering helps you win. By the way, you have to come in with lots of confidence and there's a line between assertive and aggressive. You want to be really close to that line when you're selling to these folks because they see that as strength. And when they see weakness, they're repelled by weakness. And so they want to see someone who's going to stand their ground, somebody who's going to get in the fight, somebody who they can trust to help them win. And so that has to be your mindset in your language, in your positioning, in your offer. Everything has to be focused on how do I help you win? With a lot of confidence, I can get it done. If we move over to the jester, this side of the equation is very relational. They're very relationship oriented. This is not a very detail oriented person. They want to know, can we get this done? Will we have a good time? And are people going to love it when we do it? And so you, in fact, are selling them an experience. What kind of experience are people going to have? By the way, if you're the jester and you make this decision, are people going to love you because you made the decision? They crave that. And so knowing that you can position in that way that you're helping them win, but you're going to use it from the framing of people are going to love what you've done here. This is going to be good for your audience, your customers, your company, your employees. It's going to be good for you and all of these reasons.